Good evening, VPG. Welcome. Tuesday night. And to be honest, it's got the potential to be one of the greatest nights in history of VPG. Not that I would be biased or anything, of course, but such are the games tonight. This is not a night to be missed. Speaking of missed, we are missing someone tonight. It is Domino, of course. Tuesdays, Domino's night off. And to be honest, I think if he'd seen this one, I think maybe he would have opted out of a relaxing night for this extremely stressful night that Prolific and FG are inevitably going to have, because Prolific taking on FG is our first game. That is second plays third. Two teams who they expect the trophy. So something's got to give. Tonight's going to go a long way to working out what that something is. Game number 2. It's league leaders Exito, and they're taking on our boys, Liberia PCW. Exito are in ridiculous form and have already beaten us this season, so really looking forward to that one, guys. Do me proud. That is our second game of the evening. Don't be fooled by the time. That will be 25 past-ish. Probably close to about half past looking at the time now. That's UK Premier action, of course. And then we move over to the big boys, and it doesn't get bigger than this. It is Mad Army taking on the Monstars. The Monsters taking on the Monstars. It is league leaders Mad Army taking on the team we had on the stream last night. Alte in that Turkish derby. They had 2 Turkish derbies, in fact, yesterday. Unbeaten in both of them, so they're in good form. Mad Army top of the league, they're in alright form, I guess. 30 games unbeaten. 30 games unbeaten. Yeah. So Alte have got a bit of work to do if they want to get something out of tonight. And then our main event of the evening is Class taking on Neon. Class, we know them from the UK Premier. We know they're a good side. And brand new signing, or should I leave the brand new signing till later? No, I can't hold it. It is Kalugol, the brand new signing for Class. He is partnering Class Doyle, who, by the way, looking at the stats for this season, 26 goals, 14 assists for Doyle. That's absolutely crazy. He plays in the 2 top leagues in VPG. What a return for that man. And that is your 4th and final game. That'll be circa 9:15, I reckon. Right, on to pressing matters, because the big news tonight, I mean, there's actually loads of big news. I would say the biggest news, arguably, is that Waddy is in fact missing. He is the gaffer for FG, so a bit of a gap there, and that gap is filled tonight by Benito. Hey, a very good, a very capable goalkeeper, but we saw Waddy in action last night. We've seen him for years now. We know what he can bring to this side, and it's more than just a body on the pitch. It's more than just a world-class goalkeeper. He is their gaffer. He is their leader. He is missing tonight. Not a great night to be missing, I can't lie. And I guess the other big news is Prolific managed to get Crimi back off of us. I don't know the full story, but he partners Domino up front, Domino's evil twin. Haji, who's in insane form, he is their best performing player this season, and their now gaffer. SJ Clay is back, just to go along with that Spanish contingent in the likes of Juan Lukaku, Koku, Guto, Cristito is playing tonight as well. Wakabashai, look, Prolific are a very good side. We know that. They are second in the league because they've got 5 games in hand over the league leaders. I'm not saying that's why they're second, but they're unbeaten this season so far. And hey, they're gonna, like I said, these two sides, if they didn't win the league, they would be disappointed. That's how good these two are. So something's got to give tonight. FG are in 3rd place, and we can have a quick little sneaky look at the table. FG still got 3 games in hand over Exito and 5 points behind. So again, I'm not sure what Exito will be praying for here. Maybe a draw, I guess, or I don't know. They've got lofty ambitions themselves, and they're just going to keep the pressure on Prolific. And I imagine that's what the likes of FG and Galatasaray, and to be fair, even Class, will be looking to do over these next few weeks. We are coming to the business end of the season. There are, my dodgy maths, 46 games. So actually, we're probably only just about halfway. So loads more action. So Prolific, I have no idea how you're going to sandwich so many games in there, but guys, these boys and girls are going to be playing a lot of football over the next couple of weeks, trying to get these in before the Christmas break. So good luck to them. We'll be here to bring you, hopefully most of it. But yeah, there are the two teams for tonight. I'm trying to work out what the holdup is, because I'm not sure if we can tag Waddy, because he's not there, of course. Let's go and check Dean Smith's stream as well, because I've got it on Prolific at the moment, and they seem to be absolutely fine. Not that I'm casting aspersions, of course. FG are in the lobby as well. Slight change to the team. Dilvik seems to be playing up front. Benito is in goal. I'm not sure who that holding midfielder is, though. But Dilvix is now playing up front, which means, who have they lost? They've lost to Sam Cooper, which is a big loss. I heard Neon signed a new striker. As in Davids. I mean Sensei, no Sensei. I mean, spoiler alert, no Sensei tonight. For that fourth and final game. 9 David steps in for him. Ace is their top goal scorer, so they'll be happy he's at least playing. Try and stem that a little bit, but yeah, you are right. I guess you are right. It might be you. You might be nine Davids, as the English would call you. But that's later. That is later. Right. Let's get to the bottom of this, because I want this game and I want it now. Both sides are just sat in the lobby. Both sides sat in the lobby. No one moving. I'll check maybe one of the other chats, because it should only be 10 minutes. Where are they? Right. Confirmation that's been sent in. We'll go with Dominio tonight. Left us last second, Bailey. I feel that. I mean, if it's any consolation, I'm left by myself tonight as well. But it wasn't at the last second. As much as I'd love to chuck him under the bus. I guess more stuff for FG to deal with at this crucial time in the league, and a crucial time because they're playing a team who many, I guess, would assume are going to go marching on. FG are going to do everything they can do to stop the absolute force that has been Prolific so far this season. To do that, they're going to have to be at their very best. We saw them yesterday. I mean, we saw them twice. Once against Focus, then once again later on in the evening against Mad Army. And, you know, they played Focus off the park. No offense to Focus, but FG were just brilliant. And then FG got FG'd by Mad Army. So they kind of had the on the receiving and giving end of it. So let's see what FG turn out tonight. But they've started very well, giving it to Dilvix, the man who has gone from CDM to striker in the blink of an eye. And do you know what? My pitch side notes, I've just got down how good he's been this season at that base of the midfield. He's been extremely good. Baliance, though, the man in the chat, he is their top-rated player, is their highest goal scorer, and he is their highest assister. 19 assists so far this season. Although I might be telling a lie on the goals. I think Kimi Season might have got more than him. Player we haven't seen for a little while, actually. Step. Prolific not too keen to press too hard as things stand. It's almost a three-quarter press. They do go long, and they get change out of it as well. Dilvik's on the ball. Temple. I'm not sure who Temple is. Ince, if you can let me know at half-time, or he might just be Temple. But you know these pros, they've often got aliases, so I'd like to know. Down the line by Ziggy, great ball to the dangerous Bailey Ince. Fakes to go left, but then does go onto that left, shifts it to the right, shifts it to the left. Joanne Lukaku, one of the trickiest in the business, wins it back for Prolific, but they immediately give it back to the boys in blue. FG on the attack, looking hungry. Ince goes all the way back, not sure that's what he intended. They will keep the ball though. Step. Mickleback switches it again. FG patiently building. Starving Prolific of the ball so far. Jack 7, another man in supreme form. Chris R tries to slide it through. Guto is there. Gives it to Dominio, who is playing very, very deep and wide as things stand. Here's our cameraman. Here he is on the ball. Good football from Prolific. Slides it through. Steps in, aptly named. Ziggy down the line to Bailey Ince, getting a lot of the ball and a lot of space as well. Chris R, great feet from him. Dilviks. I mean, the good thing about moving Dilviks up the pitch is when he picks the ball up, he's a lot closer to goal, and I guess that's where you want a player of that quality. Guto loses out to Chris R, but will get a throw-in deep in their own half. 20 minutes gone, 0-0. And we do have top of the table straight after this, taking on Laberry PCW. I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous. You are. Joanne Lukaku cuts inside. Man on the overlap is Hadji. The now gaffer of Prolific stabs it in, but Benito is there. Good hands from him, the standing goalkeeper for FG. No Waddy tonight if you're just joining us. Mickleback. FG more than happy to keep the ball at the back until it's picked off, which it is. Crimmy on the overlap is Joanne Lukaku. Good block. Ziggy will pick up, and he'll try and switch the play, but SJ Clay is there playing on the wing tonight. Hadji into Dominio, drops the shoulder. Benito didn't have a chance to move because the finish was so good. He got himself half a yard in that 6-yard box, and players of that quality aren't going to miss from there. It is Prolific 1, FG 0. Despite a lot of possession for FG in this opening 27 minutes. Hadji and co look hungry. SJ to Hadji. Back to SJ. Looks for Crimmy. Is it going to be offside? It is going to be offside. And I tell you what, there was absolutely nothing wrong with that finish. He did play to the whistle, which I appreciate, which I like. It did take him a very, very long time to call that offside, though. But once again, found the back of the net via very, very good football on the edge of that box. They look so dangerous, zipping it around. Obviously, it will not stand, and we've got 15 minutes to go till half-time. FG just under the cosh a little bit, considering the very, very good start they had. Hadji. Dominio to Koku. Back to Koku, looking for runners in behind, but instead goes short to his new gaffer, Hadji. That midfield three looking very tasty for sure. Restart quickly with that throw in. I'm not sure that's really what they needed, given how things have gone so far. Tuanze mopping up. He's not had too much to do, to be fair. And again, that surprises me with how much possession FG have had. Ince to Dilviks. They're the two they need on the ball if they want to get anything out of this game. Jack 7 scored a late equaliser last week, only to have hearts broken almost immediately after. Moved it on nicely. Good block though by Hadji and co. Temple keeps it moving to Ziggy. Joanne Lukaku there on defensive duties. Manages to get it out of danger and find his gaffer as well. Crimmy holds it up well. The former Laberry man can say that now. Dominio, the goal scorer. Temple wins it back for FG. 4 minutes to go till half time. Mickleback just manages to clear it because it was going off for a corner. Dean Smith, who probably the first time I've said his name this half. There's a man they could do with getting on the ball a lot more. Everything's gone over on that right-hand side. And he is playing left midfield tonight. Maybe just think about moving him over. Sean Lukaku keeps it on the deck. Temple does well. He might be offside if he does manage to keep it in. He doesn't anyway, so it will be some form of kick from the back regardless. And it goes to step. He goes long if they can... No, they're not going... I was going to say, if they can maybe get something, carve something, maybe a half chance or anything, then maybe get a shot off a goal. But the referee had clearly he had other ideas. It is Prolific 1, FG 0 at halftime. Could have easily been 2. Save for the linesman's flag, but Prolific looked very good in that attacking third. I don't think we can say the same for FG so far. They've not carved out too much, and Wakabashai has very much been a suspect. He's very much been a passing object watching this game. So FG will look to be able to change that in the second half because they're going to need to get anything out of this game. But what they will be happy with is the amount of possession that they've had. They started off being very, very patient. Now I think that patience is going to have to turn into a bit of urgency. And I guess from a neutral point of view, that is exactly where we want to be in this game. A lot more free-flowing, a lot more attacking. Let's see what FG comes out in this second half. Prolific, I imagine it's more of the same as the cry from Hadji. A very good first half, especially the second half of that first half, if that makes sense. And they'll be looking to do a professional job because all that matters to them at the moment is the 3 points. They don't need to make a statement. They don't need to work on goal difference. They just need those 3 points. And they know fine well FG are one of those big 2 or 3 that they would be looking at the calendar at the start of this season going, that's a tough game. That's potential to drop points. So first half I think will give them confidence. But like I said, FG take a lot of positives out of that first half. One of which being the amount of possession that they enjoyed against the very top team in Prolific. Temple does supremely well, which is why I'm sure he's got an alias. Slides it through to Balians, finds Dilvix, and what a save from Wakabashai again. This is what you get when you get world-class goalkeepers into your setup out of absolutely nowhere. He's been a spectator all game, tips it round the post. Nothing wrong with that finish. Chuanze, nothing wrong with that finish whatsoever, but again, FG just proving they can mix it offensively, defensively, although got some defending to do here. Creamy cuts inside, gets the shot off, goes near post, and Benito makes the save. Will be a corner. Chance for Prolific to keep the pressure up after a bit of a shock. That shot against their goal is the first of the game, first in 50 minutes. Wakabashai, though, equal to it. Goalkeeper doesn't come to Anze. Good position in the end from Benito. He plays out almost immediately. FG looking to cook here, and they have just proven they can break down this very, very strong looking Prolific side. It's a Prolific side who have conceded 2 goals this season. And again, Dean Smith in this time. Chuanze makes the block at the expense of a corner. Their second in short succession. Looking for a bit more success this time round. 4 players in blue in the box. One on the edge. It does go into the near post for Wakabashai there again. Talking about world-class goalkeepers, he is a goalkeeper many consider the best in the world. That save, that commandment of the area as well. I can totally see that slid through Temple there. He's having a fantastic game in CDM. We need to go and find out who he is, or if he's just Temple. He's just Temple. 60 minutes gone. Again, FG give it away from a throw-in. Crimmy to his strike partner Dominio. Etch does well. Gets it back for his side and off FG goes. Seen a lot of the ball in this area. This defensive midfield third. Balian's good turn, but Hadji equal to that ball through. And again, that kind of 3/4 press is doing well for Prolific because they're not getting pulled out of shape, but it's just enough pressure to stop FG doing what they want to do. And I think the success that's come from FG's play in this second half has been to do with the fact that they've swapped wings. They've gone that far side, that left-hand side where Dean Smith is. And he was barely used in that first half. They've now started using him and they're getting a lot more joy. Very, very good player. If you are a fullback or a wide midfielder, definitely a player worth watching, worth studying. Cleared. SJ takes it under his spell. Down the line it goes. Inside to Koku. Who's going to switch it out of that dangerous area. Was a bit congested in there. And Prolific, I want to say they're taking their foot off the gas, but they're in absolutely no rush. And I'll go back to the point where they need the points. They need the points more than they need a performance here. However, we saw how well this FG side can press yesterday, and they got a lot of joy from that press. Etch does well, but Crimmy wins it back. Inside, great pass to Dominio, looking for support, holds the ball up nicely, slides it through to Crimmy. Mickleback and Step do very well, but Prolific once again, some silky stuff. 30-40 yards from goal. It's where they're cooking at the moment. Just like that, another 12 minutes have passed. I'm sure it's slow for Prolific, very quick for FG, very quick for us up here as well. It's been a good watch this second half. Ziggy manages to just about get it through to that CDM. Mickleback looking for the ball inside. Koku wins it back for his side. How long until he send that man up? I'm not sure if you knew this, but he once scored a hat-trick on stream from centre-back. Dean Smith gets to the byline, cuts it back, gives it to Jack 7, swings it into the back post. Berkio is there. Dominio, he's such a classy player. He really, truly is. Juan Lukaku wins the header, gives it to Crimmy. 3v3. Hadji looking for that magic ball. No one on the end of it, but Prolific will keep it alive and they recycle it well. Christitos, what a sign again. Just a player they can bring into the fold with that Spanish connection. If this was Ultimate Team, there'd be chemistry everywhere. Dominio gives it to SJ Clay on the overlap. Dean Smith wins it back and draws in the foul. I mean, I don't think Prolific will mind that too much. 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes to go. They need to put that man up front now. Mickleback, he needs to get up. FG needs to get up as well. Precious minutes trying to play through this three-quarter press. Precious points as well, as far as Prolific are concerned, and FG, to be fair. Step does well. They need to turn it around. They don't manage to do so. Dominio wins it back. He's in no rush. Gives it to Crimmy. Hadji, edge of the box as Koku finds SJ Clay at the back post. Good save from Benito. Keeps his side honest. I mean, he has lost his cursor at the moment. I'm not sure if that's just a little glitch or if he has lagged out. I mean, he's quite aggressively stood for a CPU goalkeeper. I mean, the cross, it never looked like going in, but it did hit the top of the crossbar. We're trying to work out whether the goalkeeper's lagged out or not. I mean, we're still no further to working that out. Adds to the drama, doesn't it? 3 minutes to go. FG needs something out of this. Even the draw is going to feel not too much to sing about. However, Mickleback heads it down to Bailey Ince, gives it to Jack 7, is going to fall to D Smith. Tuanze off the line. Great defensive work from that man. And if they get a clean sheet here, if they get 3 points here, it's all thanks to him. Cleared off the line, goal gaping. That's why they pay him the big bucks. That is why they pay him the big bucks. One of the best in the business, we've always said it. And there he is. Again, not much to do so far this game. Stood up when he needed the most. And I tell you what, Crimmy's going to get in on the end of this and puts a cherry on the top of the 3 points, 2 goals, and a complete performance from Prolific. But my God, how quickly the tables turned from having that goal gaping at one side to being so close to being level to then being 2-0 down. 3 points goes to Prolific. Referee. It's a cruel mistress, is pro clubs, boys and girls. Everyone knows it. I mean, the good thing for Prolific, and again, if you're a Prolific fan, is they led for a very large portion of that game. So I do think, and we got some highlights. I always like to leave the highlights on, but they led for a large portion of that game, so I don't think FG can really say, you know, it should have been an FG win or it should have been a draw. It's always difficult to say. However, that clearance off the goal line by Tuanze, if that goes in, then it's different, isn't it? I think FG they'll rue the players that were missing tonight. Not that they're going looking for any excuses, but it makes a big difference. And we saw in the chat there, Sam Cooper, if one of your star strikers is out missing, it's difficult to bounce back. It truly is. It doesn't matter who you've got. It doesn't matter who you've got in reserve in the Arsenal. You're missing players. You're missing big players. You're missing big players. And I think FG might rue that tonight, but take nothing away from that prolific performance and take nothing away from that prolific win and how that's going to look in the league table come the end of tonight. So congratulations to Prolific. They carry on marching on, another clean sheet, and that O still remains. FG commiserations. They'll be keeping the pressure on, looking to keep the pressure on at least. Exito and Prolific and the likes of Galatasaray and Class around them as well. Right then, that leads us on to the small matter of those league leaders. How many games left? Three games left. You've caught us at a good time. This being the first of three, second of four. It is Exito taking on Libery PC Dubs. I'm just going to let them know we can go. So they're not sat around waiting for us. Team news. Where do we even start with the team news? I saw Lewis FIFA in this team earlier on. It's now looking like he's not there. There's your team news. I mean, we were talking about having people in reserve, and if you're missing someone, then yes, it is difficult. They haven't got Lewis FIFA tonight apparently, but they've replaced him with Sins, who is a very, very good kind of alternative there. It's No Love Power who I'm looking at the moment. He is the top goal scorer in the whole league. 22 goals in the UK Premier in 25 games. He's the man at the moment where I think if he was missing, Exito might be a little bit worried. The fact that he's still there, they've got Smudger, they've got Ewan, who is statistically the top player in the league. Tommy as well. Look, they've got the rest of their ballers. Big shout out to Dizzy, fantastic player, great bloke. MXCR, Drudini have been brilliant this season as well. And Libery, they've just got the best owners in VPG. So good luck to them as well. Ben Bulmer, CJ Hyde, and MVL are all in the team tonight. They are their three highest ranked players. Ben Bulmer, by the way, looking at his output for the season, 28 goals in 44 games and 24 assists. That's actually insane. That is actually insane. So fair play to him. Fair play to him. Right, I'm going to put myself back on this screen. And Exito, the craziest stat of the whole night. The top 7 players, top ranked players, all play for Exito in that UK Prem. I didn't think we were getting in actually. It looked a bit weird. Yeah, so there's a stat for you. The top 7 players all play for Exito. Top ranked, top rated. That's how good this Exito side are looking at the moment. So, you know, we're talking about prolific and we're talking about having those games in hand. They've still got to win them whilst Exito are off doing their business. I mean, I'll get the league table up whilst we are waiting. Confirmation there. 17 wins in 23 games. If there's any Exito boys in the chat, let me know how you got on in the 8 o'clock, because that would be your 24th game. We can get a little sense of the immediate form going into this game. But they are the highest scorers in the league as well, which you can see. 62 goals in 23 games before tonight. Very, very good turnaround for those guys. And it pains me to say it as well, because they are Libery's opposition tonight. So, yeah. I mean, Kraus, I'm always a huge fan of Kraus. Everyone knows that, especially the Libery boys. See, Sammy loves a goal. So look out for that. First goal scorer. His odds are slashed from a centre-half. CJ Hyde as well. 14 assists so far this season. Good output from him. But LeBerry, I mean, they played each other earlier on in the season. They're also rivals in Elite A as well. Exito 3rd, LeBerry 4th. They would have played each other in that as well, but the last time they played in the UK Premier, Exito did win 2-1. And they were deserved 2-1 winners as well. We did stream that as well, so it's quite depressing. They'll be looking to change that tonight, of course. But Exito have got... Hey, look, they've got massive plans for this season. They're top of the table for good reason. They're being arguably the best side in the league this season. Stats don't lie. 1 loss in 10 for Exito. LeBerry won their last 3. Only 2 losses in 12 for those boys. So again, it's always good when we get teams on who are in good form, and that's exactly what we've got here. So off we go then. LeBerry in the France kit from right to left, and it is Exito, league leaders Exito in the white and the black from left to right, kicking us off. Already spacing behind for Chris. Nola Para gives it to Sims. Trickish Wolf cuts inside. Good block, pocket pinch by Glashy Lad. CJ Hyde to the Danger Man. Danger Man. Oh, Alpi. What? Alpi stepped up from centre back, did he? He had a blinder, to be fair, Jack. Oh, he played really, really well, especially that first half. Tommy intercepts for the league leaders, gets them cooking again. Here is Ewan, the highest rated player in the league, and you can see why. See Sammy, fantastic work from him, but what a ball over the top. First time squared as well. Really good idea from that man over on that left-hand side, who I do believe is Chris C. Back post it goes. MXCR is there. Good battling between those two. Drew Deeney recycles. Trickish Wolf gets his pocket pinched. Ben Bomber cannot slide it through. Drew Deeney does very well to, again, just reset this Exito side, and they are a side who like to dictate play. They are a side who can go long, can go short, can hurt you any way they like, which is great news as a LeBerry owner. Sims slides it through to No Love Power. This man has the golden touch, and even I'll say it, that was a fantastic goal, fantastic finish. This man is in supreme form. 23 goals in 26 games now for that man. He is the league leader in goals, and that is exactly why. First time shot beats the Doctor in net, puts Exito 1 goal up. Good value for it at the moment. They've looked very, very good early on. And, you know, we said, I think in my pre-prediction for the season, before a ball was kicked, I think I had Exito down to finish 5th. And, you know, No Love Barra into the box. Sun does very, very well. And it's because they've kind of had this role of gatekeepers for the top 4 or 5. 6s and 7s. Aiden does well eventually, clears off his own goal line, but LeBerry are camped in here, and they've got some work to do if they want to get something out of this game. But yeah, you got the traditional top 4. It's a bit like the Premier League, the traditional top 4, and these guys are your kind of Spurs, Newcastle, trying to break that top 4 and cement themselves into top 4. And I tell you what, they've gone one better this season, looking for the title. Doctor comes out, does claim. Look how many white shirts are sniffing around that, by the way. Headed on to Maury. Might be his first touch of the game. Ben Bulmer, dispossessed by Smudger, picks out his talisman and goes on the overlap as well. Sims slides it through. Has given his gaffer a lot of work to do there. Sun does well. Recycles nicely for LeBerry. And I think, to be honest, the amount of players that Exito are committing forward on these attacks, when LeBerry pick the ball up, it might be worth just testing a couple of long balls, a couple of early balls, because so far they haven't got the ball to the likes of Marco or the likes of CJ, who are normally the kind of players who run that midfield for them. And they've just not been able to do it so far. And here is the aforementioned, that's much better. MVL slides it through to Ben Bulmer, gets the shot off, and Dizzy turns it around. the post. Good save from him. First call to action. 1-0, 25 minutes gone. Ball comes in. Normally they are very dangerous from corners. They might be playing possum at the moment because that was not great. Douse. Here is MXCR. Goes long. Will contest with Sun. He's had a very good season, by the way. I say that as he gives the ball away. Through no fault of his own, though. EA didn't look like it locked him on. See, Sammy loses out. It's going to fall to the new striker. Sims sets 2 down. Good work from him. Did very well. And to be fair, he probably deserved more out of that. But sat 2 men down. Luckily, I think it might have been C. Sammy in the nick of time. Just about got there. But backs against the wall for this Liberia side. However, at 1 goal down, they are so still in this game. Similarly, this happened in the first game we saw these guys. They went a goal down. They equalised. But then Exito immediately hit them for what turned out to be the winner. So hopefully, from where I'm sat anyway, it's not history repeating itself. 10 minutes to go till half-time. Just the 1 goal so far, not through a lack of trying for the boys in white. Very good value for this lead so far. Liberia, though, like I said, still in this game at 1-0. 2 would make it a lot more of a difficult task. CJ Hyde finds striker's feet very well. Ben Bulmer can score, can assist. We've seen that in the stats. Gives it to Maury. Glashy lad cuts inside. Tommy is there. A very good midfield 3. Ewan, Smudger, and Tommy. A chance, though, via a corner. And I tell you what, you can see the scoreboard in the top left-hand corner. Not great. Ball comes in. Back post. Headed down. It was Douse who got the last touch, so it will be another corner. We did lose connection with Marco there for a second, our cameraman. So it does seem to be jumping around a little bit, bless him. Kraus looking for striker's feet. Does not find it. Exito. They've got men forward. Is it going to be a professional foul? Of course it's going to be a professional foul. Probably the right idea. 5 minutes to go. We might move over to Smudger's camera just in case Marco cuts this off. If he's having some ping issues. We've seen it before. Players just jump out. Turn the stream off. The ball over the top is insane. Chris Sears through on goal. He makes absolutely no mistakes. Smashes it home. Past. I'm trying to be happy for Exito. It's quite difficult. However, take nothing away from that ball. Take nothing away from that finish. Both of them were perfect to an inch. Exito, to be quite frank, probably deserve a 2-goal lead at the absolute minimum. Ewan. I need to find out who played that ball, to be fair. I was too busy thinking about swapping over the stream. Maybe we will just turn the stream off, boys and girls, because if it carries on this way, it's going to be a hard watch. But like I said, take absolutely nothing away from Exito. They've been fantastic. And very want deserve that 2-goal lead. I'm just going to swap it over just in case. I don't want to disservice Exito. I'm sure Liberia won't mind too much. But do you know what? I mean, like I said, these guys are rivals in the UK Prem. These guys are rivals in the VPG Elite A League. They play each other a lot. They know each other's games. They know each other's strengths and weaknesses. And at the moment, it just feels to me no one likes playing Exito. I think that's kind of how Liberia are feeling at the moment. However, what I will say is, one, this clip is this stream is amazing quality. That wasn't what I was going to say. One, what I will say is, Liberia have the players to get back into this game. Need I remind you, Ben Bulmer, 28 goals in 44 games this season, 24 assists. They do have the players to get back into this. The likes of CJ Hyde, MVL have been there, done it. See Sammy, everyone knows that man. They've got the players to do it, and I think Exito will be aware of that, but also at the same time, they look like they're having fun. They're having a good time. And I don't think they're... I can't see them slipping up so far. 45 minutes to go, though, so slip away if you need to, Exito. That's absolutely fine. See Sammy into MVL. Moving it nicely are the boys in blue. Mori, good turn from him, looking for the overlap. Arguably deserved more, but good defending from the Exito boys. Aiden to Kraus, inside to CJ Hyde, looking for striker's feet. Smudger is there. I told you this midfield three, all very honest, hard-working players. Good going forward, good in defense. What game is this? This is Exito versus Laberi PCW, so it's the team that we sponsor in the blue. 2-0 down at the moment, Cods, against the league leaders. Exito in the white. Very good value for this 2-goal lead. Ewan to Sims. Smudger, over the top it goes. There is a man free, and it is this man, Chris C. Already got a goal to his name. Sun, though, is there. Turns back into trouble. No love parry. He's got two to choose from in the box. There is one of them. Trickish Wolf. That's a fantastic save from the Doctor. Good save. Maybe. It should have come across sooner, though. I'm not going to tell No Love Power what to do, though. That man's in insane form. Already got an absolute banger tonight. Tiki's in the chat. Good evening to you. Let us know how you get on tonight, Tiki. Always interested to see how the boys are doing. The boys up north. Kraus loses out to Sims. Smudger looking for the run of one of his two informed strikers. Tommy once again picks off this midfield three, and very underrated midfield three as well. I'm going to change that. I'm going to keep rating them. Ball over the top once again. Finds No Love Power. To be fair, I'm surprised he didn't hit first time, because that man's boot at the moment is golden. Everything it touches turns to goals. No games for Phoenix tonight. That's a sad times in VPG. No Love Power looking to turn. Goal scorer, 2 assister. Slides in. Chris C. already got a goal to his name. Good save from the Doctor. Held his nerve. Stayed down the middle. I mean, Chris C. He cut off the angle a little bit for himself. Didn't do himself any favours, but he's already got the all-important goal. As do Exito, but they're the team. They're the team who look more likely to get the next goal, more likely to extend the lead than to concede one at the moment. Here comes MVL doing his best Michael Jackson impression. Moonwalked past the man there. CJ Hyde gets half a yard, gives it to Ben Balmer. Strike off, and that's a fantastic save from Dizzy. Turns it round again for the second time tonight. A very, very good goalkeeper, and again, probably an underrated goalkeeper. Yeah, the Doctor. I do like the Doctor. Good goalkeeper. See Sammy flicks it in. He said these guys are dangerous from corners. We've not necessarily seen it in this game tonight. Sims back to Chris. Kraus does fantastically well. Off they go again. Ben Balmer. It's kind of got to be now or never. 18 minutes to go. See Sammy is up. Not that I'm trying to dob them in. 75th minute, boys and girls. Glashy lad restarts on that far side. Exito, you can see there, top left, possession stats in their favour, as well as the goals. The only thing that matters, but also nice to have the performance to go with it as well. Marco, good feet from him. Again, this midfield three has been superb for Exito. Really, really underrated. And just getting in and about the business of Laberi. They've stopped the supply to Ben Balmer, and particularly to Mori as well, and I think that's hurt them. As is this ball over the top as well. Aiden does well on the recovery. Sun takes a chance, and again, No Love Power picks up, looks for the 1-2. Kraus battling away, wins it back. 13 minutes left to go. If it's going to work for Laberi, it's got to work now. Tommy, check the tackles, check the interceptions of this midfield three. It's insane. Kraus on the overlap is Glashy lad. Gets it back to Kraus. Ben Balmer can't slide it through. And again, Smudger is there. I think I said it in the first kind of 10-15 minutes. It feels like a game where LeBerry would get a lot of pleasure going long, and unfortunately there, it went long into the face of Sims. Turns into the back post. Smudger gives it to Ewan. First time shot. Sun blocks, falls at the feet of his centre-back partner, Aiden. Douse does amazingly well. Wow. Keeps Exito ticking over. Doctor looks like he's got some of that that goalkeeper dragging out. It seems to be creeping back into the game. I'm not sure why it's all of a sudden come back. Ewan. CJ Hyde wins it back for his side. MVL slides it through to Ben Bowman. Mori not given too much space to operate in there. And look how many blue shirts are going forward there, which means it is just Sun at the back. Probably had time just to play that. But yeah, going back to, I think when that midfield three are in this kind of form, I think you just have to try and miss them out. And I appreciate, LeBerry's midfield three. We said 2 of those are in the top 3 performers for LeBerry this season, MVL and CJ Hyde. But we said it last night, sometimes you just have to swallow your pride, and sometimes you actually have to play against what's in front of you. And unfortunately for LeBerry, they're playing the league leaders, and they're league leaders for a reason. And they're not going to change up their tactics anytime soon for anyone. Maybe it could have been LeBerry who went to the tactics board tonight instead. I think, to be honest, the damage was probably done in that first half. A better second half performance from LeBerry, to be fair. Mori into the box, trying to make it a 2-1 again, but it will be a 2-0 win to Exito. I mean, a fantastic performance, deserved the 3 points. GG's to those guys. LeBerry, I mean, 6th at the beginning of the season, we kind of wanted. It's doable still. I mean, looking at the league table, there is a lot of football left to play this season. So, look, Exito again, just, they're putting performances with victories, and I think that's very dangerous. And I do honestly think the likes of Prolific and FG, and Tiki's in the chat with Phoenix as well, Class, Heritage, those boys will all be watching these types of Exito games. 1, to kind of hope they slip up, and 2, just to see if they can get kind of the inside scoop on what these guys are doing, because everything they're doing at the moment seems to be working, and hey, they're not looking like slowing down anytime soon. Right then, just the small matter of this next game, and let me just check in with everyone, because I think they are waiting for us, which is great news, because this is the side who didn't wait for us yesterday. It is Mad Army versus Alte Esports. We are over in the VPG Esports Premier now. 2 UK Prem are done. We did manage to see 1st, 2nd and 3rd in the UK Premier tonight, so that's good going from us. And now we've got 1st plays 4th in the VPG Esports Premier. It is the Frenchman Mad Army who have been on an absolute tear at the moment. 4-0 last night against a very strong FG side. And Alte, again, 2 Turkish derbies last night, so a tricky night for them. Came out unscathed, 1 win, 1 draw, beat Besiktas on stream last night, 2-0. I mean, between these two sides, they've gone 49 games unbeaten, so something kind of has to give tonight. It's either going to be an absolute barnstormer or it's going to be a 0-0. It tends to be 0-0s when Domino's not here, so fingers crossed, boys and girls, fingers crossed. But Mad Army, I mean, regardless of what happens tonight, what you're going to see is 2 world-class sides, and that's kind of the reason we're here. 1, because these guys are at the top of the table, and we kind of need to see what's going on at the top of the table. But 2, because these 2 sides are in insane form, and they are playing the football that goes along with it. Similar to Exito, they're not only getting the results, they're also doing well with the performances as well. So they've been a great watch so far this season. Mad Army, like I said, 30 games unbeaten. That last loss was on stream to Famalicão that 1-0, that top of the table clash. Since then, they've just demolished everyone. 30 games unbeaten for those guys. That Fama game now was like 3 weeks ago, so they've moved. They have moved. Polgar and Warren. Let me just move my face out of the way. There they are. Warren SG leading the line tonight. Polgar in Cam. They are officially the 2 best players in the highest league in VPG. So keep a lookout for those 2. Warren SG, 16 goals. And then the 2 wide men. Although Elias isn't playing tonight, Tukku, again, we're talking about strength in depth. Him coming in is a very, very good strength in depth player. They may very well miss Elias's goal contributions. He has got 13, so has Ryad. Saw him get a goal yesterday as well. So it's just goals everywhere, really. But again, similarly to Exito, these Mad Army players are just picking up awards left, right, and centre. They've got the top centre back in the league. They've got the top 3 goalkeeper in the league. They've got 2 of the top 3 CDMs in the league, 2 of the top 3 wide midfielders in the league. It's just, yeah. So, I mean, we often say Alte are the Monstars of this league. And if there's going to be anyone to match this Mad Army side, it's going to be them. Because on their night, they can beat anyone. And they've got the current Ballon d'Or winner up front tonight, Wembenyama. Does keep it in, smashes it off Berisha, gets his side a corner. Don't think he was ever going to turn it around from there, but does very, very well to get side a corner. And Joker, joint top goal scorer of the season, up front for Alte, partnering Wembenyama. 16 goals in the VPG Esports Premier so far this season. In very, very good form, that man. Edges, Alvaro gives it to Alvarez. Picks it back up, does the centre-back, tries to square it, only finds Mookie. There is Polgar, hands it off. And again, this is this free-flowing football that Mad Army have been playing this season. Every single night on stream, we see these boys, whether it's a VPG stream, whether it's Polgar's stream, they're always on, they're always playing together, and they've adapted so well to this game cycle. And this is the scariest I've seen this Mad Army side, or this collective of players. Yasin to Hachim, who I do believe is Yasin. No, here is Yasin. I'll find out who that is. Could be Dieguto. Mookie. Atsu, the central centre-half for this Mad Army side. Loses his man. Finds Capone to the danger man. This is you do not want to give that man this much space. I think that's something they need to address ASAP, because we saw the damage he did to FG yesterday. Someone needs to Park Ji-sung that man. Just follow him around the pitch. Take yourself out of the game. Go and follow him around. Because the damage he did yesterday was crazy. Alvaro to Carlos. Alte will start from the back with Valdi. Yasin to Joker. Festic. Superb work from that man. Warren inside. It's 3v2 somehow, and Polgar is spearheading this attack. Gives it to Warren SG. Somehow he's done the goalkeeper with the eyes. Chris Boras will not want to watch that one back. But again, when you're in this form, anything you touch turns to gold. And that is exactly what happened for Warren SG. Goal number 17 in the league this season. Puts his side a goal to the good. And it's gonna force this Alte side to have to come out and play now, which I really do think just falls into the hands of Mad Army and Polgar. A 70-yard raking pass over the top. It's not too late to follow that man around the park now. That's all I'm going to say. Sacrifice one of your players. Go and follow him around the pitch. He did get the assist there as well, feeding it off to Warren SG. And that goal is the difference so far. 19 minutes gone. Alvaro, high up, wins it back for the Turkish side, but again Alte losing out, and there is Polgar once again over the top to the league's leading goal scorer. Goes low, but the same result. The back of the net ripples, and it's all thanks to this man. Warren SG picks up a brace inside 20 minutes. Mad Army and Polgar, they look like they might run away with this one in current form. It is 2 goals, 2-0. Alte need to stop the rot. I'm not going to say it's not too late still to just go follow that man around the park, because here he is again, and here he is picking another pass. Voldy this time having to sweep up. They won't get the corner. Instead, they keep it on. Ryad tries to keep it alive. Does keep it alive. Here is Ladis Jr. Maybe his first touch of the game. Mookie heads it down to Festic. Recycled nicely. Capone to Polga. They're moving it so quickly. And again, we kind of pre-warned you on the build-up to this game. They are in insane form. It's not just at the top of the league, so we put them on. They are top of the league and they're playing the best football in the league, which is why they're on. Capone, Warren SG. Polga tried to slide it through first time. Looking insatiable at the moment, and it just keeps coming back at this Alte side. Polga, reverse passes, finds Yanis, takes it under a spell. Alvarez is there. The highest rated player for Alte so far this season is the centre-back, and every time we've seen him play, to be fair, he's been phenomenal. Fred, I do agree. Chris Boras is my boy, but I do agree. Yasin, first time shot from Wembanyama. Turn around from Berisha, and there you go, Fred. There's some goalkeeping for you, son. Wow, what a save that is. I assumed it just lashed wide because he kind of lashed down it with the volley. Latov there from the knockdown. Sweeps up for Mad Army. Good spell of pressure for the Turkish side. 2-0 down. They need to find a way back into this game. Wembanyama coming close there with a Berisha save that was out of this world. Great, good save. Yeah, tell me a second time. Joker, edges, Yasin, Ladis to Dieguto, heads it down. Mookie there once again, and they're so strong all the way through this 11, and that is the problem when facing this Mad Army side. They're playing scintillating football going forward, but they're so solid everywhere else on the pitch. The goalkeeper, these two CDMs, the back line. It will take some doing to get anything out of this Mad Army side this season. Good spell of possession, but once again, Capone is there. He passes to himself. He's that good. Polga. They did have a man over. Dieguto wins it back. Wembanyama gives it to Joke. He's got half a yard instead. Cut back in. Fantastic defending once again from Mookie. Polga. He's just waiting to pick the team off. First time Tuku back to Festic. Good work though from Joker, but that is the centre forward back there trying to win it. Mookie is absolutely insane at what he does. Capone to Yanis, looks to slide it through first time, will come to nothing. 1 minute to go until half time. I mean, an Alte goal here does maybe throw a spanner in the works, but it would be reliant on chucking it forward and seeing what you can get out of it, because time is not on their side. They've got a minute and they're not even going to get it over the halfway line. I mean, Alte, I think the ball over the top once again. Alvarez is there, great header. The problem that Alte have got is they're against a very good side, and they're now a very good side who are 2-0 up. I think what works in their favour is that last 10-15 minutes, they did look good, they looked positive, and they proved that they can break this Mad Army team down occasionally, whether it be half chances like that Wembanyama volley, that knockdown from the corner. Fine, it shows they're human, it can be done. The problem Alte have got now is, can I see Mad Army not scoring again? I'm not so sure. Look, they're top of the league for a reason. There's a chasm between first and fourth. Usually it's just 3 places and it's tight. There's a chasm between these two sides on the points tally. So I said it in comms. They're the best footballing team at the moment as things stand. And all they're doing at the moment is just proving that. And Alte they've got to give them the respect that they deserve. Like I keep banging on about, marking Polgar out of the game. Go and follow him around. Go and swallow your pride and just follow him around. Take one of your players out of the game. Otherwise, he's going to keep doing things like this, where he runs the game and he picks those passes. Is it too little, too late? I'm not too sure, because I do think if they take Polgar out of this game, it kills off a bit of creativity from them. But when he's got time to pick passes like this, it just makes this Mad Army side so much more difficult. He is the heartbeat of this side. He is the player that gets them ticking over. And he's the player that they look to give the ball, regardless of where they are, Exhibit A. So if you can do a job on him, it's half the job done. And then you back the likes of Wembanyama and Joker to go out and be your match winners, to go out and get you something out of this game. Because so far it's gone exactly probably how I would have suspected at the very start of this game. Polgas ran the game and Mad Army looked very good. So Alte need to find a way. Don't understand how players are working FIFA. And apparently they're supposed to be nerfing the goalkeeper positioning as well. So enjoy that one. Polga, good turn. Back sticks, and there it is, boys and girls, into Ryan. Excellent save from Chris Boras. Did well not to get suckered in there, but they're letting Polga run this game. I mean, it's easier said than done. Of course it is. Of course it is. For all we know, they may very well have said, let's get a man to go and follow him around. He just can't get near him. Yasin, edge of the box, gives it to Ladis Jr. to Dieguto. Gets to the byline, keeps it on. They will have to settle for a corner, but at one stage there, it looked like it was starting to open up for the Turkish side. Ball comes in. Again, another striker taking corners. I'll never quite understand. Dieguto exchanging passes with Alvaro. Stabs it in. Mookie is there. I mean, other than Polga, he might be the man of the match. He's been fantastic. Ladis Jr. volleys home. Chris Boras will pick that up. Set his side off for the building of another attack, because it's what Alte need to do. They need a goal, and they need it relatively soon if they want to get anything out of this game. And once again, Latoff is there to sweep up for this Mad Army side. And once again, that man, Polga, wins the ball back for his side, keeps the ball for his side, sets his side off for another devastating attack. And that, boys and girls, is that 3-0. There is no coming back from that. Is that a hat-trick from Warren SG? I do believe it might be. I mean, yeah, it's a hard watch if you are an Alte fan, especially if you're an Alte player. But I want to see on stream this week, it's got to happen on Thursday, I want to see someone follow that man around the pitch, because everything this Mad Army side have done well, it's started or ended with him. I think it was Yanis who scored, by the way. I think it was Blondie. 2 goals for Warren SG, 1 goal for Yanis. A strike partnership's dream. I mean, a couple of hat-tricks would be nice, but a goal apiece and an extra one for the league's leading goal scorer. Not a bad day in the office. And once again, this Mad Army side are just, again, playing very well and scoring lots of goals whilst they do it. 4 last night against FG, 3 tonight here, and it's not over. Against a very, very good Alte side, who in spells have looked extremely good. But they've been thwarted. If not by the back line, the one time they got through, then there is Berisha. Again, speaking of world-class goalkeepers earlier on, that's why you get yourself a world-class goalkeeper. Polga waiting for an overlap, gives it to Festic. Good evening, good evening. Good evening, Ads. How are you doing, buddy? Slides it through. Wembanyama, 30 yards from goal. Atsu, this time it's... If Mookie doesn't get you, Atsu will get you. If he doesn't get you, Latoff will get you. It's the Mad Army way, and as you're seeing a Mad Army dominant display here, and again, it has nothing to do with how Alte are playing. It's just all Mad Army, and they're such a good watch at the moment, which is why, truth be told, they're probably going to be on the channel every single stream we do, all the way up until Christmas, because we can't not watch this. And I think teams around the league will be watching this as well, trying to take something out of their playbook, trying to work out a way to play like this Mad Army side. But truth be told, every night you go on Twitch, you see them playing Cash Cups. Yanis looking for his second, will find his second. It's Mad Army's 4th. Such good value for this lead. Such good value for the 4 goals, truth be told. They have been rampant. They were rampant yesterday. They're rampant tonight. I expect them to be rampant for the rest of the season. 4-0. Polga for Ballon d'Or, to be honest, mate. I can see it happening. And I'm just going to go back to the, the amount of work they put in behind the scenes with those cash cuts, with those extra sessions. They're always playing together. They're always online. And it's starting to pay dividends now, Berisha. Again, another fantastic save from a world-class goalkeeper. Oh, Ads, you've signed up for a team, haven't you? That's right. How's that all going? How's that all going? To be fair, I think I said on yesterday's stream we didn't see you. Polga over the top to Yanis, who is on a hat-trick now. Both strikers on a hat-trick. And again, we're talking about strikers' dreams. Mookie giving his best impression of a centre-forward. Valdi clears. I mean, if Polga can get one of his strikers a hat-trick here, I'm sure he'll consider that a job well done. As it stands, both of them on 2. Alte, again, Alte have not played bad whatsoever. It's just, we say it often on this channel, sometimes it doesn't matter who you're playing against. If you come up against the beast when they're in that purple patch, when they're in that kind of form, there's just nothing anyone can do about it. And that's what's happened tonight, but worryingly for the rest of the league, that's what keeps happening. Yassin into Ladis Jr. exchanging passes. Capone, I mean, that was a foul, but they'll play on. They hold strong. And again, I think what's positive for this Mad Army side is they've not just gone and scored 4 goals. And oh my days. Festic slides it through, and there is Tukku putting his name on the scoreboard as well. A delightful through ball from Festic. It's not even a cherry on the top, is it? I don't even know what that is. It's multiple cherries on top of multiple delicious sundaes. That is this Mad Army side. Was it a 5-0 game? To be honest, it might very well have been. It's a great finish. It's a great finish. And thank you very much for the highlights, by the way, because you're doing my job for me. But yeah, like I said, this Mad Army side, they're not only scoring 5 goals now, they're also not conceding any goals as well. It's a complete performance. It's not just the Polga show. It's not just Warren SG is scoring goals. It's not just, Berisha's keeping him in it, Mookie's keeping him in it, whatever it might be. It's 11 world-class performances. They're missing Elias tonight. Tukku comes in, drops a 10 out of 10, scores. That's what this side are doing, and that's what's making them very, very dangerous at the moment. Commiserations to Alte. I mean, they're probably not going to want to watch that one back, so I won't say too much about it. But, I mean, Mad Army, the team, Mad Army fans, general fans of pro clubs in general, you're probably going to want to watch that back, and you're going to want to take notes, because that's the standard now. And I think the standard has jumped from FC 25. Truth be told, I think that's the standard we're at now. Yeah, Div 6 ads. That's fine. I mean, it's a higher division than what I play ads, so there you go. Right. The main event of the evening. We might get a bit of a closer game tonight. Maybe, because it's 14th place taking on 12th place. 2 teams we absolutely love watching. Probably, I would say for 2 different reasons. Class is just historically, we love watching these, and we get to watch them quite a lot with them being in the UK Premier as well. And Neon, they won our hearts in the VPG esports qualifier in pre-season, so it was absolutely brilliant getting these guys back in, and they are welcome on this show whenever. And just looking at the team now, Ace is their top goal scorer. He's 11 in 24. No manager tonight, no striker partnering Ace up front tonight. Senzer is missing, so in comes 9 Davids. The new signing, I'm assured. They've got Saran as well in centre midfield, a very, very tidy player. And Lunatic, Dubronx, Cusco, and Law, that back 4, including the goalkeeper. Very, very good back 4. As much as I don't want to see them have a good game tonight, because that means lots of goals, yeah, keep a lookout for them. Their highest performer so far this season is Borsellino. He is that wide midfielder. And for Class then, let me just make sure everyone knows that we're ready to go. Otherwise, because both of them are sat in. Yeah, Cusco. Right, it was in a different chat, so sorry, I had to go a little bit longer. Yeah, moving over to Class then. And the big news here, I guess, it's not that button. Not that button. The big news here is Kalugol has signed for the Englishman, and partnering Class Door. I've said this before. I could do it. That's how good that man is. The fact that they've gone and got a proven goal scorer, 8 goals already this season, from Besiktas. It's a dangerous combination. It's a very dangerous combination, and I think that front two for Class against that back three for Neom is going to be the key battle here. It's a very, very good battle, very interesting battle. And I do think that's kind of where both of these sides kind of match up nicely. So look out for that one. I don't want to say goalkeeper issues because we don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but it's their 3rd goalkeeper of the season. Sly is now gone. We saw that on the stream last night. Logan came back and left again. And now they've gone with Jake Season. So welcome to him. Welcome onto the stream and good luck to him. I mean, his opposite number, Law, a very, very good goalkeeper. So hopefully, we'll be witnessing 2 very good goalkeepers tonight. But it's same as always for Class. Nobody likes playing against Class. And I think that's what makes them a tricky team to play. What I will do is take that off and just bring this EU table up. You can see how close these two sides are in the league table. Last time these two sides played, Neon picked up a 3-1 win. And again, I think Class are a side that you don't enjoy playing against. I don't want to say Neom are a side you enjoy playing against. That's not what I mean. But Neom are a side who are very, very easy on the eyes. And they're not a stubborn team like Class are. So I do think the two kind of styles of the sides do set us up quite nicely for what should be a good game. And again, a 3-1 in the first game should indicate that we're on to a bit of a banger here. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that is what we're going to get tonight. But yeah, as you can see, it is 12th plays 14th. Neom's form, not bad actually, not bad. Unbeaten in 5 in all competitions. Class lost 2 last night in the esports Premier, but it was against FG and Prolific. So again, they did win both of their UK games. So a bit of up and down for Class, but it's all about that man up top. It really truly is. Class Doyle, the gaffer, he is obviously top rated. Of course, he has 26 goals and 14 assists in the 2 top leagues in the VPG. So again, that back line for Neon, they should be well aware of that if they've done their homework. I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are well aware of that. And again, I mean, Class might not be aware of 9 Davids because he is the new signing. I'm sure Neon are very familiar with Kalugol. Very, very, very familiar. An invite has been sent. They are just waiting to accept it, so I'm not sure what the hold up here is. But we're kind of on schedule. I mean, we aim for a 9:15 kickoff for the 4th game, so to be 4 minutes behind is not too bad going. A reminder then. We are back on Thursday night as per usual. Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays on this channel every single week of the VPG season, which normally runs about 8 weeks. I think it's going to be closer to 9 weeks this season because we had so many issues at the start of this season with EA, then once with Discord for some reason. So a reminder to catch us Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Domino will be back on Thursday. I guess I can put myself in that corner now. And then we've got the late night show over on Pro Clubs Weekly YouTube channel. So again, if you're not subscribed over on Pro Clubs Weekly, make sure you go and do that as well. That's every Monday and Thursday from about, we say 10 o'clock, but we normally kick off a little bit earlier than that, depending on how long we have to sit in here and wait for the teams to get their act together. But yeah, join us on there, and that is basically you guys come in and tell us all about your nights, and we sit there and listen, and we go around the houses, we check out some of the leagues that don't get, you know, the limelight every week, and we just go and find out how you guys are doing, which is one of our favorite things to do. It's what we're here for. It is what we're here for. A little bit of stalling from the class boys, it looks like. And we do have the class stream as well, which is that really wide one for long-time viewers of the stream. I'm not going with that one tonight. I quite fancy this one. It looks pretty good quality. There is confirmation that it has been accepted. It is Neom taking on Class. 14th place Class taking on 12th place Neom. 3-1 earlier in the season to Neom. Class will be looking to avenge that. Neom will be looking to build on that. Class are 3 points behind Neom, but have played 2 games more as well, don't forget. So a chance for Neom to really pull away and put some daylight between these two sides as they continue their march up the league. You know, we touched upon it on the real intro to this video. Was we saw them a lot in the qualifiers. So to think of a esports premier without these boys, oh, Glass Doyle found a way through. The deflection did take it through to Kalugol. Neom hold up well. But yeah, a VPG esports premier without Neom, it just wouldn't make sense. And we saw that a lot in the qualifiers. Those teams, because it was so early on in the game cycle, they had to get their acts together. They had to sign players, and those sides have all gone on. I say all, mostly gone on to really good things in this season, which is great to watch. Neom being one of them, and I tell you what, that's a ball into the back post, heads it across. Good block by EU. We need to find a better name. I can't call him EU. Borsellino restarts us for Neom. They are in the white and the blue from right to left, the Frenchman. Class in the all black from left to right. Big switch. Cusco keeps it in. Daryl. Neom happy just to keep the ball at the moment with HB and Sarin, 2 quality players. Here is the new signing, Davids. A very classy footballing side, said in the intro. Not a side who are stubborn in defence, who will sit back and try and pick you off. They are a side who like to have possession, who like to come forward, it's why I think this game has the potential to be a very, very interesting watch. Baz gives it to Ui. They do go long. Kalugol will chase. Dubronx does well, gives it to Lunatic, who gives it to Daryl. Over the top, looking for their top-rated player in Borsellino. He will win it. Top-rated for a reason. Gets to the byline. He's hit it off the post. Squared it across, which made it turn into a good ball, but he did run out of pitch first and foremost. Positive signs so far for Neom. Good press from Davids. HB gives it to Borsellino. Everything coming through this man at the moment. Daryl to Siren. First time to ace, and routine save for Jake, but first chance for him to show us what he can do. HB once again finding Borsellino. They need to shore up on this near side, and Imad, again another new signing for Class, instantly looking for Kalugol. Takes it under his spell via the head. Breaks into the box, and Dubronx was the wrong side, but he kind of read what Kalugol wanted to do. And that really, really helps. I think if he'd just bared down on goal, I think he would have stayed the wrong side of Dubronx there. HB. Brown does well. HB does even better. Wins it back for his side. Send the man for a Twix, but Baz comes in. Wins it back for his side. And now Brown can put that ball down the line. Kalugo looks very lively so far in this game. It's kind of what Class need. A partner for Class Doyle, and one that's going to chip in with the goals. And don't get me wrong, they've had, you know, the likes of Josh Chapman and Vezi. Kalugo in the EU Premier, he's proven goal scorer. He fits that mold of someone to play alongside a Class Doyle, put it that way. Borsellino looking to take on his man, cuts back, waiting for the overlap. Inside it goes. Sarin to HB. Sarin again. Ace gives it to Hamza, finds the back of the net. He's absolutely rocketed that. And first blood to Neom. 26 minutes gone. They've played well. They've started well in this game. They've penned Class back. And it's just a surprise it didn't come from Borsellino, truth be told. Here's Hamza on that far side. And Class Doyle this time! Law can't keep it out! Instant reply from Class. We've got a game on our hands now. The left foot finesse shot. You would think EA would let Law keep that out. Instead, parries are on. It's that mixture of first time low driven or low finesse shot. EA do not like goalkeepers trying to save those clearly. He's parried it into the side net of his own goal. And here comes Ace through again. Jake makes a fantastic save. Keeps his side level. And this has really, really opened this game up. End-to-end stuff at the moment. We are so here for it. Back post is Cusco. Over the top it goes. I do think that came off of Cusco. Slightly gilt-edged because the corner was fantastic. Put it on a plate for the centre-half, but nothing to add to the scoreline. It is Iman looking for Kalugo. Finds Class Doyle. Kalugo. Good block from Dubronx. Was onside as well. Good football from Class. That goal has woken them up at the moment. Kaluga. Probably seen the most of the ball other than Borsellino. Sarin, great work from him. A very good centre midfielder. Has a baller build as well. So it's official, boys and girls. He is a baller. Looking for the danger man. Borsellino will not find it. Heads back to Jake. And just a chance to recoup. And I say that, he fires it straight up for Class Doyle to try and get some change out of the three centre-halves. He is going to get something here with that through ball to his new strike partner. Zodi. Alfie does well to just keep it alive, to keep it under the spell of that back line of Class. 5 minutes to go till half-time. Again, that goal from Hamza really, really opened this game up. An instant reply from Class Doyle. He cuts inside again, goes low, and of course he finds the back of the net. That man, once again, is inevitable. 28 goals this season, and now he's on a hat-trick. And now his side take the lead just before half-time. 4 minutes to go. Neom, that is going to anger them. That is going to anger them. And Jake, not the most convincing, but Kiko does clear. You've missed quite a bit, Ads, I can't lie. HB into Ace. Daryl, this is the man they need to get it to. Borsellino, back sticks is on. Hamza can't get it under his spell. I tell you what, Zeldy's done very well to get it under from his own crossbar. Neom turning the screws now. Find themselves a goal behind, having gone a goal ahead. And all thanks to this man, holds off the man perfectly. Looking for his new strike partner. Will find his new strike partner. We said the combination of those two is perfect for this esports premier. 45 minutes has proven that. That's all it took. And Neom are allowed to play on here. They can't let it go off the pitch. They can't let it go out of the defensive third. They're going to maybe do that. I know it was a poor mistake. Davids is going to keep it alive, though. I tell you what, the referee there was almost begging them to get it into the box. They didn't, and they won't get anything out of that first half. So it is 2-1 to Class, and I would say Neon were the better side for half an hour in that game. I mean, you can see the possession stats, so you can't see the possession stats, but 62% for Neon. I do think that they would be scratching their heads a little bit going into this halftime team talk and just thinking, right, how has this happened? They don't have their gaffer tonight, so similar to FG, similar to Wadi not being there, Senzea isn't there. They need someone to take them by the scruff of the neck here and say, look, playing good football is one thing, but we need to get something out of this game, and that's kind of how we may have expected this game to go. Neon, a very good footballing side, but Class, they're so used to adversity, they're so used to getting things out of games where they've been under the cosh, they maybe don't deserve the 3 points, but my God, name me a better side of going and grabbing a game by the scruff of the neck. And now they've got Kalugol up front with their match winner, Class Doyle. They've got the ammunition to be able to do that in the highest league in VPG, and let's see what they've got in this second half. HB for Neon, the Frenchman. Kiko does well. Imad looking for that ball over the top. Kalugol is on the chase. He's bearing down on goal. He's through. He slots it home. There is his first Interclass shirt on stream. This strike partnership, the little and large, Kalugol. There's a reason they call him Kalugol, boys and girls. He finds the back of the net. Goal number 9 for the season for him. 8 of them being for Besiktas. That's the first one in a class shirt, and the first of many they'll be hoping, because this side are cooking with that man up front. Class Doyle also won a hat-trick. Neon with everything to do here. And don't forget, they were 3-1 winners in this, in the reverse tie. Bit shell-shocked coming out into the second half. 3-1 down. Hamza, that goal from him seems a long time ago now. What they would do to have Senzea on the pitch, even just from a leadership point of view. Davids will be looking to make a contribution. Ace will be looking to make a contribution. Their top goal scorer. Their top rated player, Borsellino, again, just get that man on the ball as much as possible. Maybe move him into a central area, because he looks the most dangerous. He looks like the player who's going to get something cooking for them. But he's constantly picking the ball up out wide. What a ball from Imad, who's looked like a very good signing, by the way. Maigan goes for goal. Almost catches Law out. A good save with the feet. Ball goes long. No one going to be on the end of it in a white shirt. And that's not what Neon need right now. They've got 30 virtual minutes to get back into this game. But as things stand, almost a professional foul. Borsellino coming a bit more central now. I think that's what he needs to do. That makes no sense. I thought the foul was the other way around. Maybe offside, but it was a foul in the first instance. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, he got booked for it, so clearly it was a foul. But hey, Lunatic heads home to Law, and Neon will start from the back line. They go long, looking for their top-rated player. Borsellino heads it down. Alfie is there, but loses out to HB. Neon have been good in this game. It makes no sense why they are 3-1 down. Hamza takes it under a spell. Did that hit the post, or was that a save? Jake will tell you he tipped it onto the post, but I do think it hit the post the way that it came out. Kalugol. Lunatic does well. Law takes a chance, and it pays off. But once again, is this just not going to be Neon's night? A well-worked opportunity for the Frenchman. Hamza already got a goal to his name. Hits the woodwork, and the venom that it bounced back out of shows you how hard that was struck. Sarens tries to slide it through. Alfie is there, and Neon, again, it's going to fall back to the centre halves who are going to mop up. And they're going to go. They've got a lot of joy from the left and right hand side at the moment. Hamza and Borsellino look like the two most dangerous players at the moment. They need to work out a way to get those boys on the ball more and more, because they're the two who are making this side tick over at the moment. Swings it into the back post, just one white shirt in there. He was offside, which is, it's painful for this Neon side, because that 30 minutes has now turned into 20 minutes. And it's virtual minutes as well. So they're going to fly by if you are a Neon fan. EU to Baz to Brown. Imad picks it up. Good debut on stream for him. Doyle to Alfie to Migan. Big smoke into Kalugol. Back towards goal. Turns, keeps it low. Good save from Law. Excellent stuff from Kalugol. Excellent stuff from Law. That's what we like to see. 4 goals tonight in this main event. Love to see it. Love to see it. Back post is on because Yu is there, but he's not going to get anything out of it. 15 minutes to go. Neom need 2 goals to get themselves a point. With 3 points, Class do put themselves level on points with Neom. Neom did have 2 games in hand going into tonight. Do Bronx is up now from the back officially. Saren swings it into the back post. I mean, it's what Class are good at, is defending, especially from wide areas. Especially from crosses, should I say. I tell you what, he's going to score from across it. Heads it down to Ace. Shut your mouth, 8-ball. I mean, technically it wasn't a cross, but you know what I mean. Ball was stabbed in, the knockdown. I mean, if you can knock it down in the box to a player who's got 11 goals this season, definitely do it. And that's exactly what they did. A great knockdown, a great ball in. As Migan keeps it low, Lunatic does well. And off the Frenchmen go. 3-2. They've got a lifeline. And it's come from a very likely source. Their top goal scorer this season, Ace, picks up his 12th of the season. Imad looking to go over the top. Yeah, it really was. Ball stabbed in, knocked down nicely. I mean, I don't think knockdowns are as overpowered as they were last game cycle, but they certainly, I don't think they get used enough in this game cycle, to be fair. And we just saw that. They still exist. They still exist. Hamza. Daryl. Neom smelling blood at the moment. Borsellino through the legs of his marker. Swings it into the back post. EO. And they're the types of balls in I was referring to. Alfie in there from CDM doing his defensive duties well. Hamza. Saren. Zodi against the centre half. Borsellino again sends his man for a Twix. Breaks into the box. To the byline he goes. Migan. Big smoke back there. Will be a corner to Neom though. Last 2 minutes to get something out of this game. Are we going to see late drama as we normally do in this league? Very good league for drama. Zodi with the flick on. Kiko tidies up. HB keeps it alive, but he gives it to his opposite number. Imad switches the play with minimal backlift. Is offside. Kalugol, if he'd held that run, that was game over. It does give Neom one last roll of the dice. Saren loses his man. He's got time to pick a pass. I'm not sure that was the right one. Hamza heads it down, and he was offside as well. It's basic stuff from Neom. They're going to kick themselves for it unless, boys and girls, we can get something here. Saren onto that left foot. Ball comes in. Back post is on. Heads it down. I'm just going to say it now. 100% someone somewhere was offside. I'm not even sure if the ball went into the goal or the ball was saved. I'm going to have to watch it back. They might show it back in the highlights because I have absolutely no idea what happened there. But all that matters, boys and girls, is Class got themselves over the line. By hook or by crook, they got themselves over the line. 3-2. I'm assuming it was offside. That is the only thing. That is the only thing that's going to save my sanity right now. I think it was saved. I think it was offside. And we'll call it there. We'll call it there. Class 3, Neom 2, an absolute banger. We told you it was the main event for a reason. None of this Mad Army stuff. None of that stuff. It's all about the Class and Neom. Fantastic game. And 2 sides we absolutely love watching, so thank you very, very much for those 2 sides. Class, congratulations, 3 goals, and that front 2 combining very, very nicely. And I think Class Doyle, the manager, will be very, very happy with how his side not only played, but how his side supplied himself and his new strike partner. For Neom, again, I didn't think I'd see that back 4 concede 3 goals, truth be told, because they are a very good back 4. I think Class just got those goals at very important times. And again, I've said it 100 times. I'll say it one more time for good luck. nobody likes playing Class because they know how to win games. And that's exactly what I mean by that. Found themselves a goal down. Neon were, I wouldn't say they were cruising, but they were in the ascendancy. Then all of a sudden they score before halftime. They score just after halftime, and then they look to put the game to bed a little bit later on with their brand new signing. And I've always said about Class, the signings they make are spot on. And Kalugol up front, I said this 100 times tonight as well, up front with Class Doyle is an extremely, extremely clever signing. So congratulations to those boys. Neon, commiserations. Great to have you back on the channel. It's been too long. Let's not leave it as long next time. But good luck to both those sides for the rest of the night. Good luck to all the sides we've had on tonight. Mad Army 5, Olte 0, Exito picking up the win against LeBerry, unfortunately for us. And Prolific fending off that FG rise in the table. I mean, Prolific, UK Premier wise, they're the ones who are marching up. I think Exito are probably going to be the only ones to be able to stop them, but as we saw, lots left to play in both of these leagues. Both of these leagues have a lot of games left to play, so make sure you stick around. Make sure you're always checking in if you can't watch live. Just watch it all unfold, because that is what we're here for. Mondays, Tuesdays, we're back on Thursday night, 8 p.m. on all three of those nights, and then the Pro Clubs Weekly VPG late night show on Pro Clubs Weekly YouTube immediately after on Monday and Thursday. Right, add a couple more seasons in League 6, maybe we'll get you into LeBerry. and me as well. Why not? We're hoping for the last game of the season it's a dead rubber, so we can Domino and I can jump in and it doesn't matter. But we'll leave that one. But it's all about business right now. Yeah, so the only business you guys have got left to do is make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you do like algorithm things. Do the same over on Pro Clubs Weekly. And if I don't see you before then, I will see you on Thursday night, 8 p.m. sharp. Ads, thank you very much for joining me in the chat, keeping me company. Domino will be back on Thursday with myself. Right, enjoy the rest of your evenings, guys. Enjoy Wednesday off, and I'll see you on Thursday. Cheerio.